Well, just because it's the playoffs, how important is it just to keep consistent with what has got you guys to this point?
That's everything. We've been playing competitive games, trying to get to the playoffs for a few weeks now. So it's been, playoff time. So we just got to go out there and, do what we've been doing. And, nothing needs to be more intense because, we've been practicing tough. We've been, playing tough. So it's just the next game for us.
Bo, Buffalo's notoriously a really hostile environment. Offensively, what are the keys to thriving in an environment like that?
Well, it's good to start fast, get a few first downs early. Hopefully one of your first few drives you score early, and then that usually helps, settle things down and calm things down. But, we know it's going to be tough, and the first drive will be an adjustment just with certain communication things. But, we've been able to play in loud environments before. And, we just got to do a good job of communicating pretty well.
But what does it mean for you to be talked about now on this stage with a Patrick Mahomes and a Josh Allen, and then to compete, not directly, but to compete against them at this level? Because this is a place you want to be year in, year out.
Yeah, it means a lot. This is, like you said, where I want to be. This is, the moments that matter. These are the moments that, people remember you by. So, you just got to go out there and, cut it loose and go out there and play and, trust your teammates, trust what you're prepared for throughout this entire year, and quite frankly, my career, my life. So this is just what we're all that work finally gets to come into play, and it's going to be fun. And those guys have done a lot of winning in the past, and so I got some catching up to do.
Steve Stiddy said that he's gone against Buffalo with teams a lot of times. He knows that defense pretty well. How much does that help him, telling you about the Bills and all that kind of stuff?
It's good. It's he's been great to have all year. He's taught me a lot about not only our scheme, but preparation and going against other teams. So I expect the same this week, and he's a great guy to lean on and to talk to and get some information from, and he works just as hard as I do. So we're out here competing together and wanting to put a good product on the field.
Well, what was the biggest thing you took out of getting to go to Dallas in early August and kind of spend time off the field, but also work out with a group of tight end, running back, receivers, and Jarrett? What did you take away from that?
Well, it's just that's the camaraderie piece, that's the relational piece that really I think comes in handy when the season gets long and it's exhausting, and then you just fall back on those relationships and the relationships that you've built and continue to build, and you're able to get away from the game, away from football, and check in on each other, make sure everyone's doing good off the field, and because that's usually half the battle. It's just a long mental grind throughout the season, and just knowing each other and being able to go from that moment to go through this season, face live bullets. It's just been good to grow even closer with each other, and that usually is what marks a great team, is the teams that are close knit.
Bo, you made a pretty cool Instagram video yesterday, and it was about dream until your dreams come true. Can you talk about that? And then also you dropped the Bo Leave shirt supporting a good cause. Can you talk about doing that this week as well? Yeah, so the Bo shirts were brought to my attention, and it's a great way for us to get back to the community. Obviously, it's something that it's being talked about, so you might as well use it. But I think the cause is what's more important, and it's I've been a few of my friends have been directly affected by ALS, and I've seen it. Kind of the tragedy and the tough part about the disease, and so any awareness I can bring to it, I think it's just helpful to all those going through it, and I feel like it's just how I can use my platform for a good cause right now. And then the video, was that did you draw that up?
Yeah, we got to watch a team video, and it was with that same song, kind of Dream On. It just it was kind of like you've dreamed for these moments, and you go through life wanting these things, but I also don't want to leave out the fact that not just being complacent with just making the playoffs. I think it's important for everybody, and especially those in our organization and kind of directed towards our team, is like we can go further than just the playoffs, and I don't want to be handcuffed by just making it just because we haven't done it in so long. But if we're going to make it, we might as well go win some games.
But what are the characteristics specifically of this team that gives you confidence
you can go on the road this week and win in an environment like Buffalo?
Well, we have a really close team, and we've been working really hard at this. We've been in pretty much most of our recent away games. We've been in all of them, and we a few of them we just haven't been able to close out. So I'm excited to eventually one's going to go our way. So I'm excited to just get in this environment and compete. And I know these guys, we have each other's back, and no matter what, offense, defense, special teams, somebody's going to make a play. Somebody's going to put us in a situation to go out there and win it. And then I believe that it's time that we can show and prove, and somebody can go out there and take the game over and go out there and win it. And so I think we've just been kind of building up for this moment. All the obstacles and the highs and lows we've been through this year just kind of set us up right where we are.
Time for a few more for Bo.
Bo, the last time this team won the Super Bowl, Vaughn obviously played a major role. What have you heard from guys inside the building about him? And then when you look at him and their other edge rushers, what sort of challenge do they present this week?
Well, I know just from watching the Broncos back in the day, he was, the contributor, the main player for that Super Bowl team on defense, and he made some great plays that day for the Super Bowl, but also that year, and he a great guy to have in this organization. But now he's on the opposing team, and now we have to face him. So we know the strengths that he has, and they're really talented up front, especially on the edge. They athletic, rangy. They're going to do a good job of trying to disrupt the game, and so. Just like all those other good players that we've played throughout the year with different edge guys, we just got to do our best to contain them and not let them just take over the game.
Buffalo has an opportunistic defense in that they turn the ball over at a high rate. What's the key to making sure that you don't turn the ball over while also staying aggressive?
Yeah, it's just a good balance. When it's open, you got to be able to take the shot and hit it. But they do a good job of limiting explosives. They want to stay back and keep everything in front of them. So knowing that, you don't want to go in there just throwing deep balls all the time. But they will give you a few, and when they give you a few, you got to be able to hit them. But at the same time, just like we've been able to do, continuously hit those. The short ones, get first downs, move the chains, and then when they're open down the field, essentially hit them. But they're good defense. They're gonna challenge us. They're gonna it's not gonna be easy, but it shouldn't be.
Well, what's the advantage of being an underdog?
The advantage of being an underdog is, I think it's an element of playing loose, and in a way you don't really have anything to lose. Nobody's got all this pressure on you, so you can go out there and play your best because nobody expects you to do well anyway. So it's cliche and it sounds cheesy, but most people, they literally didn't expect us to be here, so we might as well continue to not worry about those things and do what we can do and just worry about ourselves. And when we've done that this year, we've had good success, but it's definitely not going to be easy.
Last one, Brandon.
Well, you do a good job putting things into perspective. We've had tough losses or when teammates are having a tough time or whatever it may be. But there aren't a lot of rookie quarterbacks that make the playoffs. You got another one this year. Do you have time to enjoy the moment and appreciate how special it is, not just the organization getting back to you your rookie year?
Yeah, I think we can enjoy it when it's finished. I think that's part of the memories and the fulfillment that comes from when you finally get to sit back and see what you did and all the legacy that you left, and the memories and the talk down the road that comes back up. That's usually when you're able to sit back and enjoy it. But honestly, it's it'd be a shame to get this far and then start enjoying where you are and then become complacent and then not do your best in this game when you got a chance to go out there and compete to go win. So I think at the end of this year, when this year's all said and done, we got off time going into next year. That's when I can sit back and look back on the things that did well, the good parts, the good memories that I want to remember, but also the things that it can change for the future and get better at. So it's all in perspective. We're excited where we are, but we're definitely not going to be complacent. We're going to keep going for more.